Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of the What You Saying podcast. We're back again with a fresh, spicy episode. I'm joined here with James and Jack and their respective teams. What are you saying, James?
Yo. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm good to be here. We've done our first episode, we've done our second episode, and I'm glad that we're now on episode 3. So yeah, very exciting.
Oh, cool. Who's on your team?
So today I'm here with two guys that I've known for an extremely long time, actually, and yeah, I'm very happy for them to be on my team. I've got someone who has gone from having lots of hair to no hair to lots of beard to no beard. It's Max. What are you saying, Max?
All right, guys. Yes, that is the summary of my life's achievements. Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to take part in it. First podcast, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Nice.
I'm.
Cool.
I like to think of myself as a pretty truthful person, but if I have to lie to get ahead, so be it.
It can go either way, man. It can go either way. That's the name
It's
of the
good
game.
to have you here. And I've also got Louis, who once thought it was going to be a good idea to go skateboarding whilst drunk, and he ended up making me break my arm. What are you saying, Louis?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we're not even into the game, and that's already a truth from the outset. So, yeah, that was my bad. Jack was there was Jack there as well?
Yeah, I remember this very vividly.
And the best part was that we had to have his sister drive him to hospital, and she didn't believe that it was.
Yeah.
So that was great. Yeah.
Good times.
But yeah, I'm pumped to be here. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah.
Good to
Thanks
have
for
you,
coming.
man.
Pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much.
That's James's team, and then on Jack's team, who do we have, Jack?
Hey, so we've got my good friend who's also called Jack here, and I met him when I on Tinder. He was catfishing me, and when I found out how he was a dude, we were so desperate for guests, I just invited him on the show. And, now we're here.
Basically, this show is going to involve a lot of backtracking.
How you doing today, man? You doing all right?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I mean, it's good to be here. I couldn't really have said no because it's lockdown, and what else am I going to be doing?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
You
the
kind of
spirit.
trap people.
I think
We
if you're
are
rejecting
scum.
plans around about this time, then, that says something real about you. And
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Nice, man. Nice. So that's Jack, and I've also got Charlie over here, who I who I encountered when he accidentally joined my Animal Crossing island, and then after that, the rest was history. So how you doing? How you doing, Charlie?
How you doing? Yeah, it's good times on that Animal Crossing island.
Oh man, you should have seen my crib on that island. It was a good time. But yeah, that's my roster.
Sweet, good
It
stuff.
was amazing.
All right, let's just jump straight into it. First up, we have James Allen. What you saying, James?
Yo. So I once accidentally attended a stranger's funeral.
Oh my days. Right. Well, where was this funeral taking place, James?
This funeral was taking place in, I think it was, I always forget, Manchester or Liverpool. It was one of those. I think.
What do you mean?
It was when Scotch and I did that hitchhike to across the UK. And
Oh yeah.
that bit kind of blurred into one. We were in Liverpool and Manchester in the same day, so I can't actually remember where it was, but it was very weird.
It was north of London.
It was up there, yeah.
Well, it's just the north. I mean, anywhere north of London is the north, isn't it?
Exactly. It's a
I think
well-known fact,
I think it was Manchester because, yeah,
Okay.
we stayed at someone's house in Liverpool. And I don't think it was in that. So yeah, Manchester.
And where was it? Like a graveyard, a cemetery kind of thing? you were walking
Yeah,
through?
it was it was weird because it was an early morning one. Because we'd woken up pretty early to make our way out of Manchester. And we were so lost, we honestly had no idea where we were. And obviously hitchhiking, you just basically find the best place to hitchhike on the side of the road, whether it's a busy road or a quiet road. You never know what kind of luck you're going to get. And yeah, on our route where we were trying to find a place to hitch up, I guess. Yeah, we stumbled upon a little church graveyard ceremony, and
there you
wandered over
were,
to it, and yeah,
in the middle of a very emotional situation.
yeah.
At what point did it occur to you that you'd walked into a funeral?
I'm not gonna lie, from a distance, because you know those. It was kind of nice because you know those funerals that like everyone doesn't wear black, like no one was wearing black kind of thing. Because I guess
What were they
wanted
wearing?
to.
That's
Well,
really
Well, like
useful.
sort of
That's
like
pretty
colourful clothes
Ah.
and colourful clothes and stuff. I guess it was one of those funerals where they didn't want to like be sad about it and wear
Yeah,
black
make it
and
so
stuff.
somber.
So
I've not heard
Yeah,
of
so
many
we-
funerals
from-
like that.
you don't.
You said one of these funerals where people don't wear black. I mean, I've not heard of any of these funerals where people don't wear black. Not sure about
Well,
this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe
I
not.
think it's an easy mistake to make. You see a group of people not wearing black in
Yeah.
a graveyard. You think, oh, that's
Well, I
fine.
thought it
That's
was
not a funeral. That's just one of those graveyard raves.
Yeah, exactly. That's
No,
the
I thought
first
it was I thought it was a wedding. We thought it was a wedding. That's the point I was getting
in
at.
the
is you-
graveyard.
Well, we didn't know, we couldn't
So
see. No, we
romantic.
couldn't see it was a graveyard. No, you. The point we realised that it was like a funeral was the point when we like stumbled into the graveyard. So from the distance we saw the church, we saw a group of people, and we were like, "Oh, cool! There's a wedding going on." So we went closer, and then it was like, "No, this is not a wedding. This is a funeral."
This makes perfect sense.
Oh
So
my
you
God.
hitchhiking in a graveyard as you do.
Well,
And
we
then you
were
see some
walking
people.
through. We asked someone where like a busy intersection was, and they pointed us in like that
In the
direction.
graveyard.
So yeah, he was like the quickest way is just to go through. Man, we had some weird times.
Do you ask somebody
Oh,
where a
man.
busy intersection was? That was your question. Can you point me to a
Yeah.
busy intersection, please?
Yeah, well, there was a guy who like pulled up and asked us like near a petrol station. He asked us where we were going, and we
You
said,
said a
"Oh, we
busy
want-"
intersection.
No, we said we were trying to get to Land's End, and we're obviously asking how far people can take us, and and he said he couldn't take us. He wasn't going in that direction, but he wished us good luck, and we said, where do you suggest us? Like, was the best place to stand, and he
Anywhere
pointed us
but
in that
here.
direction. Anywhere but here, man. You're in the wrong place.
I've got a really funny picture of you like putting your thumb out the side of the road as the hearse just drives by. At that point, you realised it was a funeral.
Like, oh, it wasn't a
Oh
wedding.
crap!
Oh, so
Such a
when we said
sticky
congratulations, that's why they all cried.
Oh
Well.
my God.
I mean, ultimately, if the hearse was leaving the graveyard, I mean, they haven't got a person in the back, so
Yeah, no.
as far as I'm concerned, it's just a wasted trip if they're not taking you.
Yeah, well, the package has been secured at that point, so.
Oh. Ouch.
On that note,
Imagine if the hearse had stopped though. What conversation would you make with the driver? Busy day.
it'll be a pretty dead conversation.
Busy day.
Yeah, just trying to get to Land's End. What about you?
Oh my
So how
God,
long-
I feel like nothing any of my team have asked so far has got us any close to figuring out.
I've got one. So
Um,
how long did you stay at this funeral for?
It wasn't very long. We when we realised that we had messed up and we'd stumbled upon not a wedding, basically, we quickly went the opposite direction. They were kind of what gave us a look of yeah, this is not what you think it is.
You
kind of.
didn't go to the wake with them at the pub after.
Oh no.
Out of
so we weren't-
interest, if it had been a wedding, would you have just played along with it?
What do you mean?
Well, as in, would you have followed them? Would you have gone to the after party?
Oh,
He wasn't
probably.
asking if you were going to get
For
married
sure.
with them.
Yeah, I was going to say get married. No, I would. Yeah, for sure. I think that we initially we saw this group of people and we thought, because every time we saw a gathering or lots of people, we thought, okay, that's our opportunity to go and ask. Like we got our most luck at petrol stations where we would just ask like these people with going on camping trips with like canoes on their cars, or like we could see all their bags and tents and stuff in their cars. They're the best people to ask. So when we saw this group of people, we thought, maybe they're like going to an after party after this wedding that is in the direction that we need to go to. So that's why we headed over in that direction. And then we realised that so we soon left.
I mean, people in cars with canoes on the roof is kind of like, I get that part of it, but then a group of people in a graveyard. I'm not sure.
Oh, for sure, but for sure. But we had
different ends of
we
stick,
had got some pretty ridiculous luck throughout the trip, so we thought why not go ask these people. Just like I said, from afar it looked like a normal group of people that were all dressed up in colours. Something was going on.
In a great way.
When we got closer, we realised not. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well.
What are we thinking then, Jack? What are you saying?
Charlie, Jack, have you two made a decision? Because I've already kind of had to think about it.
I can see why you would go if you saw like a church or something with a load of cars and you were hitchhiking. I think you might try that if people are going to be nice to you and give you a lift. There's not many details about the actual funeral, so I reckon they kind of saw it as a funeral and got out of there. I reckon it's probably true.
Well, I was thinking. I thought it was a pretty funny story because I thought it was very believable, and I feel like that could have definitely happened. What do you reckon, Charlie?
I think it's feasible. I think it's more like they were having a bit of an adventure hitchhiking. They saw something going on, and they went to see what was going on. You know what I mean? But then I don't know. It doesn't add up. Like the fact they weren't wearing black clothes.
Yeah.
That's quite rare.
There's
some weird.
It is rare, to be fair. And I remember reading a story about this guy that made a promise with his best friend, and they said if like one of them ever died, you have to wear like a pink dress to my funeral. And there was like a photo that went viral of like everyone wearing black, and this one person, like this one guy, was wearing a pink dress to this his friend's funeral.
And that was a funeral you crashed.
Yeah. So that's when I it does happen. I know what you mean. It was rare, but I've never seen it since, and I've never seen it before. But
I'm thinking either it's true or it's very similar to. Obviously you did this trip, but whether you kind of twisted some truths within that story or not. But I'm gonna go true on this one.
All right, we're saying true. James, is that true or was that a lie?
That was a lie.
Well played. Well done.
All right, 1 point to Team James.
Thank you.
Can I just ask, James, did you add in the colourful shirt thing on purpose, or what was that about?
No, that was all unrelated.
You just came up with that for no reason?
I just came up with that.
Fuck
but
you.
it does happen. It does happen. I have seen it. Like I have known people that have like not worn black to a wedding. A wedding.
Here we are. We're back on the confused stories. Oh man.
Oh, I mean, speaking of black to a wedding, my aunt, who has notoriously shit luck with getting married, mainly because she's a bit of a slapper. To her fourth wedding, she had a black wedding dress.
Ooh,
you got to mix it up on the fourth one, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, she looked like Cruella de Vil.
Right.
Sweet. All right,
Nice.
Next up we have Jack Colley. What are you saying, Jack?
All right. Apart from Will Smith, I have 3 other friends who share names with celebrities.
What are the names? Straight off the bat.
Straight off the bat?
Yeah, straight. Come on, quick. What are the names?
All right, hold up. Jesus Christ. Michael Cera.
Bye.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, Michael Cera.
Michael Cera, John Travolta.
Bollocks, do you know someone called John Travolta?
Absolutely.
What do you mean I know someone? How do you know who I know? What are you talking about?
That is a lie. That is such a lie.
All I needed was 2
Should we just
names.
move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And
Can I say my last one, please?
Yeah, go on.
Gordon Ramsay.
You may as well just give us a point. Just close your laptop down and just give us a point.
What do you mean? If there's someone's name, obviously there can be anyone's. Well, like, why is this so unbelievable to you people?
You could have got away with 1 and 3, but not John Travolta.
And what I love is the plurality of the people that you thought of. It's like, right, let's go for like Michael Cera, John Travolta and Gordon Ramsay. It sounds like the start of a bad joke.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. There's no connection. That's what I mean. It's just
I don't get.
people
I don't
met.
get the first bit. Apart from Will Smith, what's that all about?
Okay, so apart from Will Smith, who was my fourth friend who was shared a name with celebrity.
So you know 4 people with celebrity names, but we're not including Will Smith.
All right. Do you want me to go through how I know these people?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Very interested.
I don't know how many of you are aware, but I have moved house a fair number of times with my family. I've lived in like 11 different houses with my parents right now, so I've been to a lot of different schools, met a lot of different fuckwits, and John Travolta was one of them. No, he actually wasn't one. Will Smith, actually, who's not really included in this question. Michael Cera, he was all right. I met him in my primary school in Sittingbourne in Kent, which was my house I was born and raised in for my first around 5 years of my life. And I didn't really know him that well, but I just remember him obviously sharing the same name as one of my favorite characters from Superbad.
But
Sorry. Can I just interrupt there?
Yeah.
So you met Michael Cera in primary school, yeah?
Yeah.
And he was your favourite character from Superbad.
Yeah.
When did Superbad come out, and when were you in primary school?
No, I could have realised this after I watched Superbad. That's not, you know what I mean? Like I
Was she
realised.
like, whoa,
after I
my
watched
childhood
Superbad.
friend is my
Oh,
favourite
yeah.
character in Superbad.
Yeah. So
Oh,
after I watched
do
Superbad.
forgive me.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. What do you mean? Like the question is, I have 3 friends who share names with celebrities. It doesn't matter
All I'm
which order I
saying
met
is
them.
the way you said it, you implied that
Yeah.
when you met him, you're like, it's Michael Cera from Superbad, aged
Yeah, it's
8.
Max, all I'm saying is you're interrupting my story here, bro.
It's like you turned on the TV and like the credits were rolling for a film, and you just saw Michael Cera on
well,
there,
the
and you
first time
phoned
I
up.
saw him, I was like, holy shit, this guy shares the same name as my mate from primary
Okay,
school.
all right, that's that story. John Travolta.
Okay, John Travolta, I met in New Zealand.
Oh fuck! There's no way. There's no way.
What do you mean there's no way?
I can't see anyone naming their kid John Travolta ever.
No, they named their kid John. Their last name was already Travolta. Like,
What? That's I can't see it
Impossible.
happening.
okay,
really
I
can't.
admit it was actually Jonathan. It's a bit of a stretch. His name was Jonathan, but
How is that a stretch? John is Jonathan.
I
That's the
digress.
same name.
It's just without the Ethan.
Okay, well, what do you mean to tell you? Like
Oh, who was the last one? Yeah, Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay? First of all, he was 40. Is one of my oldest friends. I haven't known him that long, but he is one of the oldest people I know as a friend. Because no one's called their kid Gordon, since the 70s or whatever.
I'm not concerned about how you know Gordon Ramsay. John Travolta is the one that I want.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I told you.
I got it.
That was.
That was pretty
I
good.
told you. I know him from New Zealand. What else do you want to know? I need questions.
I want
Was he,
to.
Okay.
When the second you met him and laid your eyes on him, and you put your hand out and you said, "Hi, I'm Jack," and then he said, "Hi, I'm John Travolta." What did you say?
Well, I was shocked because it was actually a Maori bloke from New Zealand. It was one of the native people.
Oh my god. Oh man, saying that anyone is called John Travolta is hard enough, but saying that it's like a native is that's just impossible.
No. But his dad was a white dude, right? So his dad's is his last name, Travolta, right?
What was his dad's name?
Dave.
Dave Travolta.
What's wrong with Dave Travolta? What's your problem?
Travolta is my problem. The surname Travolta.
All right. Okay,
is
in
my
that case,
problem.
where did Travolta's last name come from then? If that's so unbelievable.
Some
nowhere.
Hollywood producer made it up for the actor.
He's the
For the
only
actor?
John Travolta.
Yeah.
So you don't believe anyone in the whole world has got the last name Travolta?
I believe it. Oh wow! Actually, I don't know. I'd be interested.
I mean,
to
no,
find out.
it's possible, but I don't believe that you know him.
All I'm saying is, I think, you know, I'm not saying. I think Louis probably and James probably think the same. It's not that the name Travolta doesn't exist anywhere. It's just the thought that when you think Travolta, you think John, so you don't name your kid John Travolta.
Well, how many people with wild names have you met or heard of? You know what I mean? Like in fact, the chances of your kid being called John if his last name Travolta, I reckon, are increased over any other first name just because of the relationship to the celebrity.
Oh my god! Oh, I've got chills, Jack. They're multiplying.
Oh, you can have one or the other.
Yeah, you don't.
Sure,
get
it's not
to...
COVID.
I could do that.
I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
All right, what are we saying then, James?
I'm torn. It's either like the most blatant, obvious, the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, or it is that ridiculous that is actually kind of true and kind of cool at the same time. I think if you are telling the truth, then that is cool. And I think if you're telling a lie, then yeah. Oh, I don't know, Louis, Max, what do you think? I need your help.
I think I think it's ridiculous. However, it's like you say, it's so ridiculous that it might be true.
It might be true, yeah.
And I'm really annoyed that it might be true.
And the only thing I do wish is that when you asked what the three names were, he said them quicker. Because I keep going back to, you took a long time to answer that question.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'd say confidently that it was a lie, because he really stalled to give me the three names.
Max, what do you think? What are you saying?
I mean, I'm disliking the fact that you two are making me doubt my conviction, because I definitely think it's a lie.
Okay.
And I don't want to be forced. No, I'm going to say it's a lie.
Okay.
James, I was going to say it was a lie until you kind of swayed me the other way, so I'm going to stick with lie as well.
Oh, you coward!
Yeah, I think if it is the truth, then fair play to Gordon, John, and Michael. But yeah, I think it's a lie.
All right, they're going to lie. Jack?
Fuck you, Trent. That was the hardest lie I'm going to have.
You did well. I was impressed.
How are they for the first three names I can think of?
John Travolta was such an
Michael Cera and John Travolta.
Oh, man.
Goodness me.
Anyone but John Travolta.
Oh, that was so difficult. I was sweating.
You were playing it pretty well though when you were like, oh what, like, yeah.
Yeah, you were getting quite like offended when people were
offended
suggesting you didn't know John
I was
Travolta.
offended. I thought I was doing all right.
All right, let's move on. Next up, we have Max. What are you saying, Max?
Okay, I accidentally hired, in inverted commas, a prostitute for my father whilst in Singapore.
What did you intend to get him?
I didn't intend to buy him anything. I mean, I say hired in inverted commas because there wasn't an exchange of currency. I didn't actually pay this lady. Basically, my dad had been in like a 7-Eleven, getting some drinks and stuff to go back to the hotel room. I was outside, just waiting for him, and there's a particular street in Singapore where these ladies like to congregate, and one of them started speaking to me, and I was just trying to be polite, speaking to her, answering her questions, and she said, "Oh, who are you here with?" I was like, "Oh, just my dad." And when he eventually came out, he came up to us, and she went, "Oh, this must be your dad I've heard so much about. So where are we all going?" And my dad was taken aback by it and said, "What?" And it's like, and she said, "Are we going back to your place, big boy?"
Oh no!
All right, I see. And what were you? What did you say? Singapore.
Singapore, yeah.
What were we doing in Singapore?
Me and my dad were on holiday and watching the Formula One.
So not the cheap prostitutes.
No, we weren't. Oh man, if we wanted cheap, we'd
To check
just
out the
go to
7-Elevens.
Amsterdam.
Exactly.
So how old were you at the time, Max?
It was only a couple of years ago actually. I was 20, 21.
What
Good
happened when
age
you
to
said?
start with prostitutes, 21.
What happened when you said
Yeah.
go away? We don't want you.
Did you say go away? We don't want you.
I didn't, because at no point before my dad arrived did she kind of say, "Oh, you're looking for a good time." You know, I don't know. You know, any of that, you know, a classy prostitute talk.
Do you know how much was she charging? Did she give you a menu?
She did mention once my dad was there. I can't remember the sort of conversion rate to Singapore dollars, but I think she was. I think she maybe said, like, I want to say about 150 Singapore dollars for. Well, I assume that was, you know, the works.
The full Monty.
The full Monty, so to speak, yeah.
Okay.
So what happened? What happened then? Did she go with you?
No, well, she followed us down the street for a while. Basically, because we were both kind of taken aback by the fact that she was adamant that she was coming back to our hotel room. Also, just for the record, my dad's a bit of a cheapskate, so me and him like share a double room, so it would have been equally awkward.
I thought you were going to say it was too much. The prostitute was too much.
Oh no! I reckon he would have paid if I wasn't there. But she followed us down the street for a while, and we were, I suppose, a little worried that she was going to follow us back and maybe cause a scene outside the hotel and embarrass us. But so we kind of diverted our route a bit until she stopped.
Smart.
Yeah. We street smarts.
And is this a story that you tell the family, like at gatherings?
Well, my dad's family isn't particularly big, so not really. No, and you know, my parents aren't together anymore. So you know, it doesn't really come up on my mum's side of the family.
This isn't one that just happens to bubble up accidentally. I see. Fair enough. Which is probably the best, to be honest.
It is probably the best because you know, I think people would probably think of me in a bad light.
Yeah. Do they get quite like aggressive after, like if you turn them down? Do they get quite offended?
I think it was more like playful offense. She was like, when we were like, oh no, thank you. She was like, why is there something wrong with me? You don't find me attractive? That kind of thing. But yeah, and as I say, she kind of followed us down the street. I assume adamant that she was going to finish us off, so to speak.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah, until she stopped.
Nice. Well, Jack and Charlie, have you been able to make a decision based on that information so far?
I'm really undecided.
Undecided.
Yeah. To me, it sounds pretty believable.
I think it's very plausible.
Having been to that part of the world, like the prostitutes do come up to you a lot, but I don't know about Singapore. It's places like Thailand.
Yeah, I was thinking Singapore's a bit.
Singapore's a bit
too much of
classier.
like I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I feel like Singapore is not the one you associate with prostitutes trying to hit on your dad.
Very believable when we were in Singapore for a holiday to see the F1, but I'm going to say maybe not because I just think it's a bit classy. I don't know.
We've got to know then.
But then maybe the F1's in town. Maybe the prostitutes
Aussies are in town.
They go hand in hand. Yeah, of course. F1 prostitutes.
They ship them in.
So is that a yes or no from you there, Charlie?
I'm going to go. It's true.
So we got a false and a true.
All right, the deciding votes with you, Jack.
Oh, this is the burden of the team captain.
Yeah, big responsibility.
I feel like that was fairly sincere. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go true side on this one.
All right, Max, was that true or was that a lie?
It was true.
Oh,
Hey.
thank God.
Oh.
Nice.
So that is a point for Jack.
So Max.
Yes.
Wait, was this really uncomfortable at the time?
It was. I mean, I kind of get a bit nervous speaking to random people anyway, especially when they come
Sure.
up to me, and
yeah.
probably even more so in a foreign country. And it was kind of when she went, "So where are we all going?" I thought, shit, are me and my dad going to have to have a threesome with this woman just to, get out of Singapore?
Oh, that's wild. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Moving on from threesomes with your parents, we now have Charlie. What are you saying, Charlie?
I once spent a week on a cruise ship with only an 80-year-old woman with dementia for company.
An 80-year-old woman with dementia for company.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, whose idea was this? Was it yours or was it the 80-year-old woman?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, it wasn't really anyone's idea. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into at the time.
Did she forget like what was going on and then think?
No, it was more. She was more doing. It was more her in control of the situation, to be honest. Yeah.
What? What do you mean?
Okay, so where were you going? Why were you there? And why just you?
Okay, so it was in the Caribbean, and we were sort of going from island to island. So I was there because I really wanted to spend some time on a boat in the Caribbean, and I wanted to work on a boat. But it's quite hard to get a job on these boats. So there's like a website I found where you could sort of advertise for crew for the boats. And I found an advert, and it was like, we're looking for a crew. I applied, got a message back. Yeah, meet here. You can come on. It'd be great. I got there, and then it was just this 80-year-old woman. So I was like, okay.
I see.
Wait, the 80-year-old woman posted the ad for the crew.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, but she didn't reveal that she was an 80-year-old woman in the advert.
Classic ruse.
So what
It's a
did
classic
you?
ruse.
So you knew you were going on this cruise specifically to like be someone's company.
It wasn't a cruise. It was like a cruiser like boat.
Okay.
And I was going to work on the boat.
I see.
But then I turned up and I thought, oh, this is the captain. Obviously, got a lot of experience. Should be good. But I got to the boat and then it was just me and her. And then I realised a few hours later that she had dementia. And then it wasn't ideal.
How does a woman with dementia come to be in charge of an entire cruise ship?
It wasn't.
Titanic?
I think you have the wrong idea about this boat. It wasn't like a big cruise ship. It was like a cruising yacht. It was like a small yacht.
Oh, sorry, I'm with you.
How many meters? How many meters long is it?
I imagine an empty cruise ship with you and one woman.
I was imagining, HMS Victory.
Yeah, and you're just talking about like last night's football or something, and then suddenly she's like, "Oh, sorry, I need to go like control the boat," and then she'll just leave you and just steer the boat away or something.
So were you with her for like a long period of time?
Yeah, I was on there for about a week.
So what was her name? What was her name?
I mean,
John Travolta.
I know a bloke called John Travolta as well.
She was called Margaret. She was called
Margaret.
That is the most like. I just knew you were going to say Margaret.
Wait, do you know where the name Margaret comes from? Real quick trivia.
Any 80-year-old.
It's actually French for Daisy.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, carry on.
I think you really saved him there because I said, what was her surname? And there was a massive hesitation.
Oh, yeah. So now he's like Googling most popular Margaret surnames.
Oh, yeah, he's Googling common surnames.
I'll be honest.
Smith.
I don't know
Sarah.
if I even...
Smith.
It was Margaret Travolta. No, I
That's where the
don't know
name
what
originated
what her surname is. I'm not even sure if I ever. I can't remember what her
Oh
surname.
So were there other
Um,
people on this boat with you?
No, it was just me and her.
We've been through this.
Man, I don't know what did she. Was it her boat?
Yeah, so there's a bit of backstory, obviously. So she used to be on there with her husband and used to like sail around, but her husband had died like a few years before, so it was just her then. To be honest, she shouldn't have been driving that boat. Like
No, I mean she definitely shouldn't have been driving that boat.
and I had no experience. I was a terrible.
Did she know? Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
Did she know that you were like you, or did she think that there was going to be someone like her age?
Oh no, yeah, she knew it would be a young person. She needed the help on the boat because you can't drive a boat on your own. It's dangerous.
What were you doing like leading up to this week and then after? Like, were you doing some traveling, or was it just like you were at home and you thought I'm gonna do this, and then you just went there for a week and then just came straight back?
I was in the Caribbean already, but I went there with the idea that I'd get some work on a boat.
I see.
Was this lady from the Caribbean?
No, she was American.
Oh, right.
I think she was from Florida.
Oh, that checks out. Because there are a lot of old people in Florida.
Yeah.
I feel like
Florida is like the Hove of the US.
The home of the US.
No, Hove, like Brighton and Hove. I suppose. Actually, take that back. Let me try that joke again. Florida is like the Eastbourne of the US.
Nice.
There we are. We got them, boys.
Nicely done.
What was it like saying goodbye? Was it quite emotional? Spending a week with someone is you probably got quite close. Spoke about a lot of life stories, shared a lot of stories.
And she had dementia. Most of the time, she was just repeating the same stuff to me over and over. It was a bit awkward actually because we stopped at different islands, obviously, and then after about a week, I'd had enough of this, and I was like, I'm not going to get back on that boat. So I had to sort of just say, so it was kind of almost like breaking up with her, It was awkward, but,
good luck.
But
Wow.
All right, what are we thinking then, James?
I think this is true. I think I can imagine that happening, but I don't know. Like it seems very, very strange. Did you have any like interviews or any like selection process or anything? Did they just be like, oh yeah,
no. So no, just the website, and then they'll say looking for crew, and then
So how did they verify that you could sail? Like, what if you couldn't sail and it's just this 80-year-old woman with dementia by herself in the middle of the ocean?
Well, that's what it was.
I mean, I don't think. I think most people who knew how to sail would like probably ask more questions, and so she couldn't find crew.
I don't think this would be legal anymore.
I don't know about the legality of it.
Louis, what do you think? I feel like you've been thinking a lot over there.
Yeah, I have been thinking a lot. I can kind of see how it would be true, but I think there was way too much hesitation when I asked what her name was, and to spend a week with someone and to apply for a job with someone and not know what their surname is, I think that doesn't really add up.
I'll be honest. This was a long time ago. It was like 8 years ago, and I'm not even sure she was called Margaret. You forget people's names over time.
Whoa.
I feel like
I'd never forget
forgetting the name of the woman you sailed around the Caribbean with. I don't think that's
but
probably not one of the first names
did she
to go.
even know what her name was? That's the real question.
Ooh, true.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can't help you with this one, James. I'm really not sure. I think the name thing is odd though.
I get you, Max. What's your opinion?
I mean, I'm not thinking I don't think it's true. I mean, I've got I've got a couple of friends who work. What?
I'm not thinking it's not true.
Right, let me start again. Give me a clean take. Here we are. I don't think it's true. I've got a couple of friends who work on sort of big like charter yachts. And I'm not suggesting that it is the same, but I think, even an individual as decrepit as Margaret does sound. You know, I'm pretty sure they'd want more documentation than what I assume to be a handsome young man looking for work in the Caribbean.
You'd hope so.
I mean, you didn't ask me if I had any documentation. You asked me if,
That's what I mean. I mean, I know she's got dementia, but I like to think, you know, she might have, you know, asked and kept asking as well.
Did that help you, James?
No, absolutely not. I think I would like it to be true because in a way it's a very nice thing for you to do. But yeah, I think the whole name thing and like just you going there with no like interview or application process or anything. I think it's false.
All right, we're going with a lie. Charlie, was Margaret real?
It was true.
Oh
No way!
Oh.
That's mad.
Wow.
Margaret.
No.
I'm just-
How long
bad
did you
with
spend on
names.
the boat? That's
I'm bad with
mad.
names. It was about a week. I honestly I couldn't remember her name. I think it was Margaret.
Yeah, I did say I wanted it to be true. It is a very brave and nice thing for you to do.
Yeah, no, Charlie, man, that was such a funny story. I really
play.
enjoyed that. So,
I can't believe it. That's so mad.
oh,
Yeah,
that was
Wow.
so good.
fair play.
Cool. That ties it up. That's 2-2. Moving on, we now have Louis. What are you saying, Louis?
Okay. I once threw up onto a pizza and then ate it.
Oh.
Huh.
Were you drunk? I'm guessing you were drunk.
You've got to be drunk for that, surely.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that not drunk. It'd be fucking mental.
Yeah, I was drunk. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this was a while back.
How long?
Yo, that's
back?
gross.
It was about. It was when I started final year, so it was just before the year had started. So like September kind of time last year.
Last year, all right. And what pizza was it?
It was a Domino's pizza. It was Domino's.
What was on the Domino's pizza?
Oh man, it was it was hazy. I was drunk. It was something probably meaty.
It was chunder. It was chunder on the pizza, I
It
suppose,
was
right?
pepperoni.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta clear my name here. The sick wasn't on the pizza. It was kind of on the box. So
Oh,
I had this box of pizza.
ran out of garlic and herb sauce. I see.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're on my team, man. Come on.
Okay. So you threw up on this pizza box. Was the box open or closed?
The box was closed.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank
So
God.
the sick on the outside of the box. It's not actually got onto the pizza.
Well, I can't. I mean, maybe if you kind of went back and if I had looked back with a sober eye, then maybe there was some on the pizza. But I think the majority was on the lid. Yeah.
You'd hope not. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
And whereabouts where were you when you threw up on the box? Like, were you in a park? Were you in a car? Were you on the way in the house?
I was in my bed.
In your bed on your own?
Wow.
Yes, yeah, on my own.
That's
yeah.
a sad night.
It's not one that I look back on fondly. It's one of my most embarrassing. For sure.
Did you? Well, I mean, you have no one to embarrass apart from all the listeners of this podcast and us, but
For sure.
And yourself.
Yeah,
and yourself, yeah,
and
and the
your
man up
family.
there,
I don't think. I hope
and
my family
Margaret,
aren't
and
gonna listen.
John, and Michael, all of
Yeah.
them. Did you So did you order this pizza? So you were drunk? Had you been
Jake,
out?
why
the
are
night
you?
before?
You're on my team.
It's just Louis, it's an interesting story. James,
Where had you
carry on,
been?
please.
I'm in-
Where'd-
I'm
James,
interested,
Where'd you
I'm
been that
interested.
night?
Yeah, where you been?
I had been out in Southampton.
So,
What
so
were you
did
doing?
you?
Like just
yeah,
in a
did you-
nightclub or what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went out clubbing. I went out with a housemate and some friends of ours. Yeah.
The housemate
I
know
know,
that you
yeah.
threw up on the pizza.
It's actually it's a bit of a funny story because they knew that I'd thrown up on the pizza, yeah, but I went out with a friend, yeah, and they went back, they'd left, and I kind of walked home, and I wasn't sick that night. I got back and I was lying in bed for a while, and then I was sick, and then and it was the next morning after I'd kind of sobered up but was still quite drunk. That's when I had some pizza.
So you ordered a pizza the morning after you went out, or did
No,
you order one the
no.
night before and you
I
had it ready?
I had ordered the pizza and I'd eaten it before we left. but there was some left when I got home.
Did you?
Okay.
So the next morning when you woke up and you went to go eat that pizza, did you remember that you'd thrown up?
Well, no, because I woke up drunk.
Oh, okay. So you could have like eaten some sick.
I woke up drunk and there was sick like on my floor and on the pizza box.
And you were like, "Oh man, I'm hungover. I'm drunk. I need some food." So you would still ate the pizza.
Yeah. Let's go. Yes, exactly that. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. To be fair, I feel like I'd do the same. If it was just on the box, I'd do the same.
I think I would as well.
Yeah, I'd
Wow.
be tempted to. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
sick's like a later problem.
Christ.
Especially at the price that Domino's pizzas are going at.
I feel like I would as well, but like, I don't understand how if you threw up on the lid of the pizza and then
James, he's on your team.
James, I've got to say again, man. Why are you picking holes in my argument?
You wanted to like get a slice of pizza and then you opened up the pizza. Wouldn't the sick just fall over like all on your floor?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
The thing is, when you wake up
Right.
after like a night out and you're like still a bit drunk and a bit dazed, you just don't really care about your surroundings.
Well, I've got to stress. I wasn't a bit drunk. I was plastered still when I woke up. I was still very,
That's a
very
special.
drunk.
That's a special
I mean,
night.
I'm gonna vouch for it. If you wake up and you're drunk and hazy, you're not, remembering what you've done or don't care. Remember one Christmas Eve, I threw up on the landing outside my bedroom door. I thought I'll clean that up in the morning, and inevitably walked out of my room the following day and slipped in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The pizza box is fundamentally the same story.
This is coming from the man, by the way, who fell asleep in my front garden once when he got so drunk. He fell asleep in the garden at 3 a.m., woke up at 6 a.m. and ran home.
No, that's the thing. When you wake up, you just don't really care about anything. That's why.
You're ready for a
Yeah.
run. You're
No, I
ready for a
think
run.
it was more like the fact that like after this all blew over, you just would have had to clean up sick on a pizza box, and not clean up the sick on the pizza, like clean up the sick that was on the pizza box and now is on your carpet.
Yeah.
That's
It was
sad.
everywhere, man. It was a bad sight. It was
That
everywhere.
is sad. That is sad.
Did you eat the pizza like in the room with the sick?
Sorry, what was that?
Did you eat the pizza straight away, like within, like in the same place where the sick was and everything?
I think I can't remember if I cleaned up. I did like a half-assed job at cleaning up, and then I ate, and then I went back to bed, and then
I
I woke
just
up.
feel like if you were going to clean that up, surely, like, would you not be the smell? It would be horrible. You might be gagging. Like, eating probably wouldn't have been great then.
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. So I cleaned it up, and then I ate it, and then I went back to bed. And
What
then
time do you think it was when you ate it?
I got in. I crashed at about 3 a.m. I was sick before I went to bed. I woke up at 6 a.m. I cleaned up. I ate the pizza. I went back to bed, and then I woke up again at like a normal time, and I cleaned it properly.
Was there any pizza left when you woke up again properly?
I demolished it when I was pissed.
How many slices do you reckon you ate when you woke back up to see sick on it?
2 or 3.
And that finished it.
Yeah, I finished it off. Yeah.
Jack, I'm liking your deep dive on this subject.
Taking it seriously, man.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
enjoying
because
that.
I'm very split.
All right, yeah. Well, I think it's time to make a decision. Jack, Charlie, and my other teammate James. What do you reckon?
I mean, to begin with, I was thinking he like got the pizza, went into the kitchen, put it on a plate, and then there's no sick involved. So I thought it was believable. But the fact that he like ate it, like went sick all around and everything, I don't know, it makes it a bit less. It's believable, but it's awful.
I initially thought it was believable because I reckon if you're drunk, wake up, see a bit of sick, that doesn't matter because you're still in a daze, eat pizza, then go back to sleep. But the fact he tried to clean it up, did clean it up, and then went back to eat 3 slices, like cleaning up sick is the worst. It stinks, like it gets in your throat, it gets everywhere. There's no way you're going to want to eat. Not having that lie.
Well, I was thinking true, and then James started getting involved, and honestly threw me off. And I feel like James is trying to accentuate. He's trying to accentuate this lie or something. I honestly.
I was just interested.
Would you boys be happy if I went with lie here?
Yeah.
I've got your back.
Because it's a very believable thing, but I just feel like I don't know. It gives me a weird feeling. I'm gonna go lie.
Go with your instincts.
All right,
Lie.
we're saying a lie. Louis? Did you eat the puke pizza?
It's true. I did.
Oh.
Hang on. Wait.
James, why are you trying to throw me off?
Let me clear my name. Right. So I threw up on the box and mostly on the floor. And when in the morning I woke up and I was so drunk, I opened the lid, I took the pizza out, and as I was in the kitchen trying to work out how to clean it, I was eating this pizza kind of while I was pacing. And
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's awful, and I hate that I did it. So
Yeah, man, I'd do it too. Don't worry about it.
And now everyone knows.
yeah, it's out there.
All right. The score is 3-2 now. So, James, we need your team to get this. Otherwise, we'll have a tie for 3 weeks.
Oh, we
in a row.
can't. We cannot have another tie again. So come on.
Jack Watson, what are you saying?
All right. I was born with a small tail that was surgically removed at birth.
Oh, man.
How soon after you were born was it removed?
Like in hours, I think. It was like I was born straight away. You know how you have like the tailbone, just like the bottom of your back? It like stuck out like a couple of centimeters too much. And then if I were to grow older with it, it wouldn't have been bad. If I was to like grow up with it, it would have like fucked up my back a little bit, and I wouldn't be able to do sports or stuff. So I was born and then straight into surgery.
When you say small, how small are we talking?
Like just a bit longer than normal, just like a couple of
bit longer than the
Bit
normal.
longer than normal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. My tail's like 5 centimeters long, so I'm assuming yours was 7 to 10.
Oh.
It wasn't like an actual tail, like a rat or something. It was like your like like your spine goes
What
into
actually
your
is it?
tailbone.
Is it a bit of flesh?
No, it was a bone. It was a bit of bone and flesh.
They removed a bone.
Yeah, it was like a sticky out bit. Like you got a tailbone, just the bottom of your back.
Wow. You put that in a jar?
No, it's gone.
What? Well, you
No, but,
better.
like,
Yeah,
have you
you
kept
ask for
it?
that. I would have kept that. My 30th birthday would have stuck it back on.
If people go to hospital for surgeries, at the end they go, "Oh, do you want to keep this?"
Yeah.
Or someone's never been to America.
Yeah. Louis still kept that pizza in the fridge for the memories. Okay. And then do you still like suffer from like is there a scar there, or is it all just
There's a scar where there was like the cuts and the stitching and stuff like that, but there's no like full on sort of medical problems because I had it done early doors.
So if they'd kept it, you like would they have been able to remove it, or was that the only chance they could have removed it?
I think they could have removed it, but it was like the only chance so that there was no further complications when I was older. Nip it in the bud.
Lop it off.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like it wasn't a big kind of like a rat tail that I would have to get like special trousers for, like a leg.
So we're more talking like a nub,
Yeah,
like a little nub, like are we talking like an acorn?
no, just like
A walnut.
Like a pea.
more of a conker, I reckon.
A conker.
Conker.
Whoa, my
Conker
word.
is a
Conker.
weird shaped tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was more So it was more like a small little like nub rather than a long tail.
Yeah, just like an extension of my back.
Like a chode.
It wasn't helping you with your balance for sure. Like that wasn't.
I mean, I was old. I wasn't doing the pole vault that early.
Oh, you weren't. Oh, no.
Was it as wide as it was long?
Well, like it was square. It was longer than it was wide.
The cube.
So it was longer than it was wide, but by much. I'm trying to get the dimensions here. I'm trying to decide whether your tail was a chode.
Think of your thumb, but slightly shorter and slightly fatter. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. Just sticking out the bottom.
No, I like that because everyone
Right,
can relate
yeah,
to that
that's
if
good.
they have a thumb.
Louis,
So
Wait.
were you asking me?
what are you saying?
I find this one so odd. I really can't call it.
You haven't called any of them Louis. You've been pretty useless, if I'm being
Louis,
honest.
you've been the most on the fence dude we've had.
I like to see the best in everyone. All right.
You don't like thinking people are lying to you, right?
I think okay then. All right. If I'm in a corner, I think this one's true. All right.
I like that. I like that decisiveness.
Yeah, I like that.
We're talking.
Well, we got him.
I feel
the
like
last one, we got him.
I feel like it's incredibly specific, and I feel like he sounded very sincere.
He sounds pretty truthful. Yeah, it's not like this like Margaret Travolta. Like it was pretty true. Yeah, and I think because he didn't even need to go into like that much information to try and like make up some story. It was just simple. It was like, yeah, I was born with it. They took it off. I'm cool now.
I'm cool. I'm now cool. I don't have a tail.
I'm now cool. You put that in your CV.
One would argue if you did have a tail, you'd be twice as cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, I think we've all come to a consensus pretty early on.
All right, what are we saying?
Yeah, it's the truth.
What?
Jack?
That was, in fact, a lie.
Oh.
You're joking. Is that another tie?
That is another tie. 3 weeks in a row.
Do you have a tiebreaker this time, Trent? You said
No,
I've
got nothing. Next week we'll have a tiebreaker.
Every week.
This could be 4 weeks
no.
worth of tie breaking.
No.
All right, so I'd like to thank all of our guests for coming on.
Yo, guys, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
That was I really enjoyed
I
that.
enjoyed that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun.
Sweet. All right, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
See you next
See you
week.
later. Bye.
Thanks for listening, guys. That was episode 3 of the What You Saying podcast. Please remember to follow us on social media.
You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at WhatYouSayingPC. Whether you're listening to us on your commute or on your workout, or you're just sat in your bed playing on your Switch listening to us, we really appreciate it. And yeah, we can't wait to carry on doing this.
And if you got any suggestions, just let us know. Any games or any other topics and things for us to talk about. Anyway, see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Cool.
Sweet.
Nice.